Greetings and salutations, folks. My name is Nick, and welcome back to the Outer Worlds, where we've landed on a bit of a impasse. We need to get into the office on Gorgon, but the office is sealed. The only way to get in is known by officials who used to work on Gorgon, but I don't know who they are. Clarence Mostly can give us that information, but first I have to get him a trophy for the celebration of these adorable little canids.
Is that a Jolliker? Great. I'm going to embarrass myself in front of my betters.
Too late.
I don't suppose you've any formal training in canid husbandry. I really am at my wit's end. It's my little Anubis, you see. He's listless and miserable. I simply don't know what to do about his condition.
Could be something he ate. Don't worry, he probably just hates you. You named your canid Anubis. Could be something he ate.
You must understand, Anubis is a very picky eater. He dines exclusively on Terra 2 Saltuna, none of that rubbish from Monarch. Unfortunately, we've had a bit of a shortage lately. He's so miserable without his Saltuna.
So, you know exactly what's going on. Let's see. Canids need affection too. Maybe you should be nicer to little Anubis. Look at the poor guy. He's tired of Saltuna. Give him a proper treat. Yeah, give him a proper treat.
Yes, I suppose you're right. I doubt all this excitement is doing any favors to his digestive system. I suppose I have been spoiling him with Saltuna. He could use a change of palate. Oh, I do have some limited edition Rizzo's CCN 76 chocolate bars.
I'm no expert, but I don't think canids and chocolate mix.
You're probably right. He deserves better. Fresh ground borswurst, I'd say.
Okay, you're probably
You've been a
better off
world
with
of
that.
help. I'll leave a good word on your permanent record.
Thanks. I guess. Good luck, Anubis.
Look at those wiggles! You think that means we're friends?
Ah, you can pet the dog. Alright. Let's go through the maintenance area, fight some robots. Undoubtedly. Some automatons. And hopefully get this trophy out of here so we could move on back to the story. Now the question I have is, is it possible to get through here without having to fight said automatons? Not that it's that much of a problem. Completed. Scheduled annual sanitation and repair Musgrave family vault. Applied Kindapine scented floor wax. Appraised area in accordance with Byzantine aesthetic standards. Relocated garbage. Installed anti-dissident automechanicals in order to ensure moral and civil hygiene. Note, tampering with, altering, or otherwise disabling moral hygiene automechanicals is strictly prohibited under board regulations. Delivered complimentary mint. So that's what happened to the technician. He died. All right. I suppose we might as well just remove the automechanicals. Not that I suppose I had too much of a choice, considering I wasn't being quite sneaky. I'm sure if I was trying to be sneakier, maybe Maybe. Also, can I tinker with this gun a little bit? Because it is pretty good. Tinker is there. Okay, so it's actually not too expensive just yet to upgrade. Oh, can be no greater than 5 levels above your own. All right. I did not actually know that. Which means that I suppose eventually I'm going to reach a point in which I can no longer level up guns because I do have a maximum level. Don't mind me, I'm just collecting my just dues. I'm sure they won't mind at all. What shall we upgrade? Maybe our science? Because our science has been kind of falling behind. No, don't jump. Why, hello, wealthy citizen.
You'd only be letting them into Byzantium temporarily.
Alright, Clarence, I suppose getting that trophy for you wasn't that bad.
Jolliker's outfits have been linked to a 12% increase in mild to moderate neck injuries as a result of so many heads turning.
So I found this eye.
My eye! I was wondering where I'd misplaced that old thing. It's perfectly preserved, you know. Every eye possesses unique dimensions, not unlike a fingerprint. The circumference, the shape, the color of the iris. An eye makes excellent proof of identification, assuming you don't mind removing one.
So how did you lose your eye?
I'd rather not get into the details. If Spacer's Choice ever asks you to test out their new model of monocle, just say no.
Here, take your eye back. I don't want this thing in my pocket.
Well, that's rather responsible of you. I'll put a good word in your permanent record.
I wanted to ask you about something
What's
else.
on your mind?
Today's your lucky day, Clarence. I've got you a trophy.
My trophy! Look at this thing. Have you ever seen a more garish monument to the boredom of the elite? If only Grandfather Mostly were alive today, I would have loved to wave this trophy right in front of his cataracts. I hope you won't take it personally when I say I had my doubts about you. Nothing ever gets done in Byzantium, you see. Competent work is, well, a statistical anomaly.
I kept my name end of the bargain. I expect you to keep yours.
Lifting the emergency lockdown requires overrides from the Chem Lab and Human Inquiry. Access to those facilities requires authorizations from 2 senior-level researchers. Marion Blakesley, Jasper Lowe. They went into hiding after the project collapsed, but I've managed to calculate their last known whereabouts within a reasonable margin of error.
You used statistical analysis to figure out their location? Show me your math.
I see you're familiar with my technique. I'd love to show you my numbers, but there aren't nearly enough napkins in this room. After the project shut down, I had to keep my mind occupied. I worked on my actuarial tables, calculated the average lifespan of a Spacer's Choice worker, that sort of thing. I realized some of the researchers had to be alive. I ran some numbers, did a little research, and concluded that the 2 most likely survivors are Marion Blakesley and Jasper Lowe.
You haven't been able to let go of Project Gorgon either.
Nonsense. I just needed a good old-fashioned statistical problem to busy my mind. Keeps the faculties lubricated.
You talk about leaving the past behind, but you still feel responsible. You keep referring to the...
Let me stop you there. I don't
the
accept
old work.
anything for free. And if you're going to analyze me, I'd have to go through the trouble of hiring you on contract. Think what you will of my intentions. My calculations are sound. You'll find Marion Blakesley and Jasper Lowe at the enclosed locations.
All right, that's all I need to know.
Try to exercise caution. It's good for your lifespan.
Aw, Clarence, are you looking out for me?
You did fetch a trophy for my little applause. Technically, that makes you my canid servant. And by the transitive property of employment, my responsibility.
Wow, that is an interesting stretch of logic.
No need to sound so astonished. Now, was there anything else?
Excuse me. Alright, let's get out of here.
Someone has left a threatening message on your terminal, Captain. I was unable to trace its origin. Please make a note of it.
Okay, I have made a note of it.
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance? Goodbye.
So somebody somewhere threatened me for some reason. Good. Alright. This is clearly a part of the groundbreaker that I have not been to before. A part where it seems abandoned, but I cannot take things from canisters.
Why do I get the feeling they're not here to welcome us?
Hey you, over here. Let's chat.
Alright.
Whoa, 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 it's Riz. Oh, fucking damn it. Every time. So, hey, you trespassing, and I'm armed. Maybe take a second look at your life choices, pal.
I'm looking for someone. Name of Marion Blakesley.
Yeah, I know that lady. I know she's looking for, solitude. She hired us to make sure no one comes sniffing around. Guess that's bad news for your plan there.
It's important. I'm sure she'd make an exception.
What, after 5 years? Pretty sure she's serious about a little stint in solitary. Anyway, Blakesley's given us standing orders to strongly discourage anyone who tries to come in. I like to, extrapolate from there.
Come on, does Junlei know you're down here?
We ain't subversives. We're gainfully employed. This is a private contract. Miss Junlei can't get too mad if we rough up some trespassers. Especially if I was nice enough to warn him first.
But she might get a little steamed if you hurt her girlfriend.
Huh?
Hi, I'm the girlfriend.
Oh, shit. Fine, fine. You want to check out the lab? Go for it. We won't stop you. But Blakesley's got her own setup in there, and she doesn't like guests. So, if you get shot, I'm telling Junlei I never saw you. This one's clear, guys.
Nice one, Captain.
No, Parvati, you did the work.
This must be a step up from force back.
It's all about networking, really. You just gotta network with the right people. Here's your weekly shipment. Please note the additional allotment of protein cakes. Could I convince you and your colleagues to fill out a brief questionnaire regarding your eating patterns? In the meantime, do try to cut down on all the sugary drinks. So apparently she's got some sort of setup going around here. So let us save our game.
You have to be kidding me. I thought I made myself
That's okay. I can explain things back to the automechanicals. If they so require it. (1,326 entries found. Select entry 1. Water supply remains steady, but the power fluctuations are doing a number on the automechanicals. Easy fix, all the time in the world. Gutted the automechanicals for non-essential components. Minor gains in power efficiency due to a decreased weight. Waterproofing materials compromised. Human error.
And I thought those tiny canids were ugly.
Ugh. Alright, I suppose it looks like I'm gonna have to fight some of them. Maybe. There's the bathroom. Let's save our game, see if we can cross this hall. Maybe that'll enable us to get close to a... Nope, that's barred. Alright, sorry, combat drone. Ah, I can lockpick this. Apparently, she seems to be up to some sort of...
Hey, that's a present.
Some sort of experiment here. But it is unclear as to what. Bonk you in the nose. That was not very effective there, Ellie.
That does it. Time for a drink?
No, we've still got to find Marion Blakely.
You hear that humming? Sounds like some kind of generator.
I do not actually hear that humming. But I'll take your word on that one. No, wait, never mind.
So who the fuck? Oh, wait, hang on, I can't hear a damn thing. Just gonna shut this thing off. Right. Marion Blakesley, what can I do for you, Miss Home Invasion?
That's Dr. Home Invasion. I'm here to collect your credentials on behalf of Spacer's Choice. My reasons are my own. I need to get into the HIA facility on Gorgon.
Spacer's Choice send you? Took your sweet time. Gorgon? I holed up in a forgotten cargo bay of a rotting colony ship just so I could never hear that name again. But here you are.
What happened on that asteroid?
I really didn't expect today to go this way. Shit. I should have brought another pack of smokes. The Gorgon project gave us Adrena time in the end, but that's just the Bo Spacer's choice stuck on the whole mess. Corporate demanded a product they could throw onto shelves. That put the squeeze on low at Chem to develop formulas, samples. But how do you know if the product works? You run tests, see what happens. That's where human inquiry and auditing came in. I ran HIA, and HIA ran the tests again and again and again. And what happens is a whole lot of wasted time and even more bodies.
So what was Spacer's Choice testing for?
You've heard the adverts, right? Work day and night, still feel refreshed the next morning. Now, what we tested for was dexterity, efficiency, compliance. The traits of a good employee. Numbers never came out right. I could have pumped gallons of those chemicals into every living soul in this colony. Wouldn't have changed that. What we got was marauders.
What was the in Serenity? What was the reason given for the product that turned the people into Reavers? Something to make people calm, but it calmed them too much, and then there were the offshoots that became the Reavers. So Spacer's Choice knew about the effects from the beginning. Looks like I deserved. So he gave colonists drugs until they snapped. But I've taken Adrenatime. I haven't, though. So Spacer's Choice knew about the effects from the beginning.
Yeah, good luck making that.
I've taken
It's in the fine print,
the
you know.
healing version.
Whatever was in
I
those
don't know if
chemicals,
that's necessarily
it didn't
better.
matter what tests we ran. We kept getting the same results. The proto-adrena time solution was both monstrously addictive and had catastrophic effects on the psyche and intellect. A real boon to the colony.
What happened? Why did the facility shut down?
We had a few weird accidents, escapes, minor setbacks. But one day, all the test subjects got loose. Sabotage, they said. Wasn't just us. All of the facilities got hit hard. Shut us down for a while. That turned out to be the last straw.
Do you know who was behind it?
Nah, didn't much care by then. Don't care much now. Spacer's Choice wasn't getting much use out of us anymore, so they shuttered the project, kicked Adrenatime out the door. And I came here.
Can you get me inside HIA?
Indulge a scientist. What do you want out of this investigation of yours? Trying to liven up your memoir?
I'm just trying to spice up Chapter 3.
Haven't had any new jokes to laugh at in a while. Your crew feel the same? Heck of a world out here for the shy types. What do you get out of headbutting murderous automechanicals for your captain here?
A family. Or something near to it. We don't always get along or nothing, but what family does?
Fair enough. That's all I've got. Here, I still have this pass. Don't much feel like hanging on to it anymore. Made my exit the moment the project started falling apart. Had to steal some credentials. This should get you into the volunteer induction entrance.
You hacked into the Spacer's Choice database?
Please. I just messaged people with fake demands for their passwords. That's when they didn't just leave codes written down on pieces of paper. If I couldn't talk my way out past a simple facility lockdown, I'd be working for Rizzo's. That'll get you inside. What you do from there, that's up to you.
Alright, I'll leave you be.
Yeah. I'll make sure the automechanicals don't bother you on the way out.
I've already destroyed your automechanicals. That's A-okay. Why, hello, marauders who have seemingly repopulated yourselves outside the HIA building. And have more specifically consumed a whole bunch of Adrenatime.
We did it!
But now, instead of consuming Adrenatime, they will consume bullets. Maybe telling them threatening slogans is only going to be more meaningful if they were still alive to hear it. But I guess I don't need to talk to both scientists now, since I now have the ability to enter human inquiry and auditing. Let's take a step inside. Hopefully this time get a hold of the journal, though considering there's an entire section on the bottom left of the map, I'm pretty sure there's going to be something else going on there as well. Perhaps that's the production facility of Adrenatime. And that's where the big problem is going to be. That would probably be my guess, is that is going to be the production facility. And destroying the production facility, is going to be probably the end game of this particular piece of DLC. Alright. Although this place seems a little bit more run down than the other place, though it could also be just the dim lighting. See, a vending machine. I don't quite need it yet. I'm at 120 out of 330.
Oh my law. What is that smell?
What's that
Whatever
smell?
it is, we're up to our ankles in it.
It's blood.
Welcome to Human Inquiry and Auditing, the Spacer's Choice Facility. My name is Dr. Marion Blakesley, and I'd like to congratulate you on volunteering for this important opportunity.
Sorry, savage test subject. Also, I have a feeling that nobody volunteered for this opportunity. Ooh, that is a good line.
They clearly don't know how we work, Captain.
I reckon we've seen the worst of Halcyon already. How bad could this be?
Yeah. Yeah, how bad could it be in regards to everything else that we've already seen? I mean, we've already seen Marauders. These are essentially just more Marauders, except clearly once regular people. In order to minimize damage to company property and/or personnel, please observe the following guidelines during the volunteer induction process. Do not touch and/or handle test subjects. Please defer to security personnel. Avoid using inflammatory phrases or terms such as untested chemicals. Consider patented Spacer's Choice formula. Test subject, consider value volunteer. Cells, consider living quarters. Remind subjects that compliance is one of the requirements of their contract with Spacer's Choice. Do not interrupt official Spacer's Choice communications and/or marketing while directing volunteers. Architect's balls, is that all of the guidelines? Look, these people are coming here from Tartarus. Don't let your guard down, don't get friendly, and don't get close. If everyone does their job right, these volunteers will leave this facility as free and upstanding citizens. So they've been testing on prisoners. Great. In light of certain recent developments, our friends at OCI have generously provided us with advice and guidelines intended to ensure the best possible outcomes for our research here at Human Inquiry and Auditing. To that end, we will be establishing new testing parameters and volunteer preparation guidelines effective immediately. These guidelines will provide you at your stations. I really would like to congratulate you all on what you've achieved so far. Keep your hands down, your heads down, and your minds focused on the work, and the rest will come easy. If you have any concern, kindly forward them to my assistant, Benjamin Morley. Every volunteer means just that, Miss Sonata. We're entering a vital phase of the testing, and that means every volunteer participates in the trials. It's all the more critical that we maintain careful records of the dosages involved, of course. We're counting on you for that. Huh. Weaver, have you seen my office key card? If this is one of your little tests, it's not funny. Security is already at full burn. They're going to lose their bolts when they catch me taking the long way around to the facility, to the faculty areas. Please tell me it's sitting on your desk or something. Okay, so they've been doing tests on prisoners, forcing them to use untested products because they're the ones being tested on. And then taking no responsibility for their actions. Like, the end justifies the means, and the end isn't a product that helps people, the end is a product that sells to people. That cures poverty. You know, supposedly, this person wants me to find this journal to clear her mother's name, but I have a feeling that nobody...
Volunteer quarters? I've slept in cargo holds nicer than this.
It's so... homey.
I'm pretty sure nobody's going to come clean from this.
Whatever brought these folks here, they were just people. Same as us.
They weren't lazy.
Welcome, volunteers. This office environment is where we will test your communication, paper management, and self-motivation skills. This is your time to shine. You may just find yourselves doing similar work at a real office someday. Remember, compliance begins with compliance.
Sorry. I wonder if there's going to be a point in which I realize I could actually just cure all of these people, but instead I went in guns blazing. Okay. Access restricted. With any luck, I find a key because my hacking is unfortunately not going to hack it. Chamber 2.
Welcome, volunteers. Here you will be demonstrating as a work environment, inattentiveness can have disastrous consequences.
Oh my gosh. That guy just exploded. Pravati, please don't stand in the exploding chemicals. Is there an upstairs area that I can access? I mean, I guess I can jump up here, but... Oh, nope, there is a thing over here. With some ammo. Okay. Test chamber 3, I suppose? Oh my gosh. This is somewhat horrifying. Oh, straight up marauders this time. Are they hailing the marauder? There we go. Take care of that robot. Sorry. Alright, let's see what Ellie's doing up here. You have been exposed to N-rays once too often, and you've now become susceptible to N-ray damage. No thank you. Although now, apparently, I've taken a look at the perks once again, and there's a perk that gives you plus 5% damage for every flaw you have. So in theory, you could level yourself up to be an incredibly flawed individual. But you do tons of damage to everything. You become a glass cannon, more or less. Which I suppose is a strategy in itself. Especially once those percentages go from 5 to 10 to 15 to 20. Oh my, this is... Subjects SC1A through K were given forms and writing implements and instructed to fill them out to corporate standards. Upon completion, forms were placed into an employer-sanctioned shredding device by a technician. Test was then repeated. Observational notes, Kendall objected to further testing after completion of second set of forms. Volunteer SC-1G after 5th. Volunteer SC-1B after 10th. No further objections from remaining volunteers. Volunteer Hobbs was discovered to be functionally illiterate and tagged for early advancement to the second phase of compliance testing. Subjects 5A through K were given visual demonstrations of multiple physical exercises. Note, thank you, testing assistant layman, then instructed to replicate them in accordance with the verbal instructions. Observation notes. 5H complained of physical exhaustion after 5 minutes, missing numerous verbal cues. 5A, 5E, and 5K failed out around the 15-minute mark. Test was terminated for 30 minutes as the technician became too hoarse to provide instruction. The technician got tired. So basically, in short, subjects were put in closed circuit around the perimeter of the testing chamber for duration of tests at random intervals. Technician is to provide vocal cue to reverse course. Of the 8 test subjects remaining in group 27, 6 responded to vocal cues. D became aggressive and was removed. B collapsed 30 minutes in an experiment and was removed. Remaining subjects exhibited compliance with all vocal cues for remainder of experiment. Observational data compromised due to equipment failure. Technician was found incapable of continuing operation due to incessant weeping and was withdrawn, flagged for Subjects isolated and instructed to select one member of their experiment group for immediate removal from the volunteer program. Subject exhibits extreme aggression. Subject terminated. Huh. Subject. So this isn't just about the physical sense. This is also about the mental sense. Like, they aren't just creating a product that is meant to make you feel rested. That is, like, that is meant to be a compliance drug. And I suppose that makes sense why the board supported it with prisoners from Tartarus. Subject either... People were asked to fire at a dummy, and some of them did not. Some took a shot at the windows, some at the technician. Let's take a look at these incoming and outgoing messages next time. In the meantime, got any suggestions for something to play next? Leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have yourselves a good night.